right, so let's go from crying to somebody beefing out there, and that's Paul Finebaum and Tim Brando. They trade their beef barbs over SEC schedule criticism, right? So let's talk through it. The SEC is expanding next year with the addition of Oklahoma and Texas. So there's been a push for the conference to add a league game to its schedule, and the SEC at its spring meeting recently decided to stay still with the 8-game conference schedule in football 2024. So Brando criticized Finebaum for not using his platform to push back at the SEC Commissioner Greg Sankey over the 9-game proposal. I couldn't get over the frothing at the mouth that was going on Finebaum's show because Paul couldn't ask the direct questions either for fear his bat phone was going to ring. Ooh, these are shots. Not only is he taking shots at him not being professional, but he's saying, you scared, you a mark, you a punk, buster. That's what he said in my head. So he's asking all these guys from websites to tell him what he already knew. Damn, more shots. Duck, dog, duck. And that is the SEC presidents had their hand out wanting more money from ESPN. Why should ESPN pay them more money? They have a $300 million deal. Are you kidding me? Ooh, Finebaum caught wind of that. You know he heard it with them big old ears. Finebaum was like, what? Them satellites went off, right? Saying Brando's entitled to his opinion, but he could stick to hiding behind his Twitter account. Let me just say this. Ain't nothing sadder than Twitter beef than two dudes, probably over 60, if not 70, beefing as well. Like, let's save that for the kids, the itty bitties. Now we got old ass men beefing on Twitter. Let's talk through it. So he said Tim's had a great career. He's welcome to his opinion. He chooses to take cheap shots on Twitter. I try to contain what I have to say within the confines of a 4-hour program every day. The thing I think that exposes him more than any aspect of this being is the fact that he can't handle criticism. Ooh, why do I say that? Because if you criticize him on social media, he'll block you. I don't believe a public person should do that. Wow. So then Brando caught wind of that, right? He said, what you say? And he just said, sad. You know what's sad? What's worse than sad? Just disheartening, which is just looking at this like, come on, y'all. Y'all used to work together. They used to be on the same show together, right? He was a regular presence on the Paul Finebaum show. But now, hey, if Shannon and Skip could break up, if the Fat Boys could break up, I guess Paul Finebaum and Tim Brando can break up as well. So, you know, there's two levels to this. One is just the fact, why y'all beefing? Why y'all can't talk through this? And why you call him out that hard? Like, Brando came in real hot. I ain't mad at what he said, though. I get it, because your job is to push back, not to just accept everything that you're hearing, especially when you're talking to the powers that be. Because the audience, the masses are saying, hey, you're supposed to be our voice, our conduit. So please attack what they're saying so we can see it. Now, fewer conference games, keeping it at 8 gives you the flexibility of out-of-conference games. You have more. You have one more at least, right? And let's just be real. If you're playing more conference games in SEC, you got a harder schedule typically than if you play other conferences where you will have an easier schedule, right? Like, that is murderer's row, playing in the SEC. So why would they make it harder on themselves, which is going to hurt their chances for playoff success, which is going to ultimately hurt the bank account. All that said, the fans just wanted to see you talk in a way that maybe hurt this proposal. Instead, you sounded like someone pandering. Interesting conversation right there. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about this. Should they have went to a 9-game? You like the 8-game? Did you like that Finebaum just went up there and said, oh, whatever you got to say? Or did you want more pushback?